Today on CJ Classic Trucks, we're going to show you how to replace the awful door weather stripping in your F-100. One of the biggest problems with classic trucks is leaking and cracked weather stripping. And in the case of our 71 F-250, the weather stripping is pretty much shot. So today we're going to show you how to install this F-100 door weather strip kit. This weather strip kit is designed to fit your 1967 to 72 F-100. The seals were made right here in the USA of high quality factory grade rubber and are designed to perfectly fit and look like the OEM seals. This kit comes with seals for both doors to give your truck a more restored look and to keep it nicely sealed up and dry. For more information and pricing, click the link in the description down below. Now let's get to the install. Okay, we're ready to install our new door weather stripping. I'm going to show you how to do this whole install by using the driver's side door. To minimize a mess and to make this install as clean looking as possible when it's all finished, we're going to take masking tape and mask off around the weather stripping, because later in this process we're going to be installing Adhesion Promoter, which can make a mess. So we're taping it off so we don't put too much on and get it all over our paint. So we're going to tape off the whole inside of this weather strip. This step is not entirely necessary, but it will help to make it look a whole lot neater when you're all finished and make cleanup easier. Next step is to remove the 6 screws that secure the door sill. Now if these screws are feeling really loose and crappy, we do sell oversized screws, so when you go to reinstall it, it feels a lot nicer and looks nicer too. As you can see, this one is just spinning. Starting to come out now, but maybe we should get oversized screws for this one. This hardware has definitely seen better days. It might be worth to replace these door sills too. Good thing we sell them here. Before you pull off the weather strip, take note of this seam right here where the two meet. We're going to try to put our weather strip in the same spot and get it to line up right here. It's probably going to be really difficult or maybe even impossible to get our new seal to actually seal right here because this floor is pretty much gone. So we're going to do our best, but it might not do so well right here. Rip off this old seal and see what it looks like underneath. Oh man. And just do the best that you can to get this old weather strip off. There is a lot of adhesive holding it on. Okay, we're back after a couple of days. We had our in-house fabricator fix the floor here. He patched it, did a really good job, reconstructed this curve down here. So now that we have metal where we can attach our weather strip to, we're going to clean off all this old adhesive. We're going to use adhesive remover and a wire brush to make this as clean as possible. It is a pretty tedious job, but it's got to be done. Get a rag and wipe off all the old gunk. Make sure you get this as clean as you can. Now that we have the surface really clean, we're going to apply this Adhesion Promoter with a brush. We do have this on the website. We'll have a link to it in the description down below. And this will allow for the weather stripping adhesive to really do its job and stick to the truck. We're just going to paint this on the inside and outside of this ledge. And this is why we put painter's tape on the inside, because if you don't, you can really make a mess and then see it on the outside of the weather stripping. You don't need to go absolutely crazy with it. You don't need to completely make this black like you just painted it, but just get a nice coat on there so you can get that weather stripping adhesive to stick really good. And once you apply it to the outside, apply it to the inside. And this is why we taped it off, so there'll be a nice clean line of the promoter instead of it being all over the truck. Grab the weather stripping adhesive. We sell this on our website. We can have a link to it in the description down below. You're going to put a bunch of this into the seam of this weather strip. Do not go light with it. You're pretty much going to use almost the entire tube on this. And then you're going to take a brush and make sure you get it on all sides of this weather strip. Get it completely covered inside. It's going to be messy, but the more that you use, the better it will stick. Okay, we applied an entire tube of the 3M weather stripping adhesive to this weather strip. Now we need to let it to gas out and get tacky. While we wait, we're gonna apply it to the truck. And I'd say for this job, you're probably gonna need 3 to 4 tubes of this weather stripping adhesive. Like I said, we used just one entire tube on this strip. So then you got both strips and then the doors. Now we're gonna apply this weather stripping adhesive to the truck just like we did the adhesive promoter. Do it on the inside and outside right over the promoter. And it's okay to make a mess with this. The more that you use, the better chance you have that it will stick and properly seal. And just like with the weather strip, once you apply this 3M, you're gonna wanna let it outgas and become tacky before you attach the weather stripping. We're gonna do the weather stripping adhesive on the outside of the door all the way around except for the bottom. We're gonna get the weather stripping on this section of the door, and then once that's on, we'll do the adhesive down here, let it tack up and install the bottom. Once you let this outgas and get a little tacky, you can install the strip. Get an idea of where you want your seam to be, and then apply it on this corner for starters, and work your way all the way around. We have the weather stripping around most of the door. Now we're going to apply the adhesive on the bottom.
All right, action.
And it's okay if you make this bottom area really messy because there will be that door sill trim that will go on. But let this gas out, tack up, and then stick the strip on and trim it. Get the strip installed on the bottom. It is going to be messy, very tacky. Stuff will get everywhere. And if you don't let this stuff gas out, it won't be sticky. Like as you can see, this is sticking basically immediately. If you don't let it gas out and you install this immediately, it won't stick like this. So now we're gonna make our cut right here. All right, it's looking pretty good. It'll look even better with the door trim on. We'll let this set up and then install the door sill. Now we're going to install the door sill. As you can see, ours is a little old looking. We do sell replacements, and also we do offer oversized screws for these if yours are worn out and not fitting properly. Get it lined up with the grooves, then install your screws. All of the screws installed. You may need to do oversized screws or possibly even re-drill holes for this. Okay, the door sill plate is now installed. You can fold the carpet or floor liner back over if you have it. Then you can go back, and if you made a mess with any of the adhesive promoter or the adhesive itself, you can go back and clean that up. And once you're done on this side, repeat the same process for the other side. Okay, we got the door weather stripping installed in our 71 F-250. It's definitely a time-consuming install. It's probably gonna take you the whole day to do this. I'd say you probably need at least 3 to 4 tubes of that 3M adhesive. And when you go to close the door, it will be a little tight, but it just takes a little time to wear in. So give yourself a full day to do this, and before you know it, you'll be heading down the road. We hope you enjoyed this video. To subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the link right here. And for more videos like this one, click this playlist.